Hey, brother. Welcome to the world of Mime Over Matter. And here we have a GI Joe Classified figure I've been very much looking forward to. This is Zandar, brother of Zartan, who helped free him from his box. And there we go. He looks amazing. He's from the Dreadnoks. He is the twin brother of Zorana, which I do not have her yet, but gotta put the family together, so I will be getting her hopefully soon. And here we go. Let's take a look at his box, loaded with accessories. Very excited to see all the shenanigans he can come up with those weapons. And on the back, we have a nice little picture of what he's going to look like all fully decked out. And he's got some pretty nice tattoo detail, just amazing line work on the figure by Hasbro. So they always do an amazing job with the little fine details on the GI Joe Classified figures. All right, so I think Zartan, the brother of Zandar, is going to hang out for this interview. That's brotherly bonding at its finest, so he'll hopefully just not cause a ruckus back there and just hang out like a good brother. Because the star of the show today is Zandar. He's got his scarf, which is just a torn piece of the shirt of his sister. She's always nearby, always on his mind. They've got a bond like none other. He's got his headband, he's got his vest. The vest is a little bit of an upgrade from the original figure, who just had a band across him. His shoulders are a little bit tight. I don't think it's because of the shoulder pads. I think it's just I need to work them in. So I'm okay with that. I don't want to push him too much. Elbows are fine right out of the gate. Just that new GI Joe Classified articulation for the elbows is amazing. I'm very happy with those. And yeah, we got some nice wrist articulation. He could hold his guns. He could fire. He's got a nice little ab crunch right there. It's probably GI Joe's favorite cereal, ab crunch. And there we go. We've got some nice leg articulation. He does have the drop leg in there, or the drop hip. So you just push it back up, gives it the old hip hop. And his knee is also a little bit tight. Yeah, for a newer figure, I'm surprised that some of his joints are as tight as they are. Oh, he's got a cool little kicking spike on there. Great for kicking watermelons or pumpkins. Just don't do it in the winter because you might break a toe. Hopefully they're steel tipped. And this knee goes fine. It's just this one is really stuck. So from an articulation standpoint, GI Joe Classified, really great. But some of his joints out of the box, a little bit stiff. So I'll have to work those in a little bit. Hopping over to the accessories, GI Joes are not complete without their backpacks. So here we have his pack. It looks like it's fully loaded with snacks. He's got, looks like individually wrapped jerky bars or Twizzlers. I'm not sure what, since they're wrapped, you can't really tell. And getting this on is actually a little bit interesting because his vest is getting in the way of the whole of the back. And then if you try to push it up, he's got his scarf in the way. So I'm just going to try to get that on pretty carefully. I'm not sure if it's going to fit quite the way I want it to. So I might take it off once I have, actually, no, that looks pretty good. I was concerned, but I shouldn't have been. Hasbro knows what they're doing. They probably tested this and they know it was going to look amazing. So very happy with the backpack. One of my favorite features of the GI Joe Classified is that they upgraded the backpacks. And we've got his harpoon gun. Zandar loves a nice silent weapon, so nothing is more silent than the harpoon until it sticks in something, and then they just make a racket and like, oh, I've been stuck with a harpoon. The handle is giving me a little bit of an issue, but he does have one trigger hand, so I'm pretty sure that's where the gun is supposed to go, so he might be a left-handed villain. I just don't want to break his finger, because unless he owes me money, I'm not going to do that. I respect him too much, so I'm just going to, there we go. So sometimes I just need to be closer to the eyes. And yeah, that looks amazing. I absolutely love this gun. That is such a cool, just villainous gun. Then he's got a nice little pistol. And we know from the original figure, he wears a pistol right on his chest. And he comes with a nice little holster right there. So we know right where this is going to go. The pistols are probably one of my favorite guns to actually display GI Joe Classified with. So I might actually take that gun out so I could use it for stop motions and just display them with it. I'm just a huge fan of just the pistols on these figures. Then we've got this nice little shaving knife and a nice little stabby knife. And let's see where they go. He's got a spot on his leg. And that is probably for the shaving knife. So, Zandar does look nice and clean shaven where some of the others have 5 o'clock shadows. All right, so that is in there nice and snug. I wasn't sure how that was going to fit. And then the last of the weapons is, I believe, a Bowie knife. You could tell it's a Bowie knife because if you listen, This is Major Tom to ground control. Yep, definitely singing some Space Oddity, which is the telltale sign of the weapon. And you know what? I think we're just going to stick it in his hand for a nice little pokey pokey whenever someone gets out of line. And there we go. I am absolutely in love with this figure. It is just such a great just upgrade. And when I say upgrade, let's compare him to the original, one of my all-time favorite GI Joes. So he just stands out. He's got the bright colors. He's got the pink, the blues, the orange hair, classic GI Joe articulation. Just the face just stands out. Just such a great GI Joe figure. That's why I was so excited to get this one. And just from comparison, they did tone down some of his blues a little bit, but they've got the pink scarf and they just really accentuated the orange hair, and they toned down the gray on his pants, so he's not as vibrant as he used to be, but he's still just as menacing. And they gave him in more weapons, so you could see his boots are very similar, but now he's got the kicking toe on there. So they just took the original and they just made him even cooler. I'm just in awe that they are able to do this over and over. And since he's got his little buddy, we might as well just, put him on the shoulders for a piggyback ride. Usually Uncle Zartan would do this, but since today's all about Zandar, let's have Zandar on Zandar, the ultimate Zandar. And I mentioned this was one of my all-time favorite G.I. Joes, definitely my favorite of the villain G.I. Joes. G.I. Joe Classified has already made my favorite of the G.I. Joe figures, which is Tiger Force Dusty. So now I am as happy as I can be with the remake figures. So we've got Dusty, Zandar, my two favorite originals, and I think now they might be my two favorite G.I. Joe Classified figures. I can't wait for what they come up with next. Everything that they're putting out, I'm absolutely in love with. Thanks for watching. Enjoy. And yo Cobra.